Are you serious? What? Yes, guys, scientists are predicting now a mega earthquake to hit the West Coast, somewhere between the Cascadia subduction zone and the coast of California. It's also Oregon, Washington State. They're very concerned, big time, and it's overdue. And oh, by the way, I just checked space weather. It is unreal. The winds on the surface of the sun right now is 625 kilometers per second. That is insanely, extremely fast. And so the CMEs that's going to be coming off of the sun, hitting the earth directly, is enough to create a mega quake. Matter of fact, the geomagnetic storm right now, a G1 class geomagnetic storm is underway today, November 22nd, as Earth passes through this extremely powerful, fast-moving stream of solar wind. The gaseous material is flowing from a northern hole in the sun's atmosphere. The Arctic sky watchers should be alert for unbelievable auroras, but mainly people should be a little bit nervous, Purvis, about the fact that we've got an incredible amount of solar wind, CMEs, cosmic rays, including strong radiation and UV rays affecting the earth. But that much pressure is bound to break off an earthquake of about 7.0 or higher somewhere in this planet within the next 48 hours or so. Wow. So everybody just take a deep breath. Look out. This isn't good. Let me put a shout out real fast, guys. For some out there, really seriously, good to see everybody here. Thank you guys for joining in right now. And tell others. This is a very important video right here. Tell others about this. Real quick now, guys. Look, www.backupsolarbank.com. That's www.backupsolarbank.com. This is a great product, and you never know when you're going to need it. It could be in a megaquake, a tsunami, a hurricane, a tornado, a volcanic eruption, an EMP attack, or solar winds creating an incredible solar event. Matter of fact, the United States has no strategic transformer reserve in the event of an EMP attack or an EMP event from the sun. We had joy, we had fun, we had a lot of CMEs from the sun. You need to have some backup solar bank, guys. Backup solar bank. Wow, what a great product this is. And you got to be concerned about the very likely of an invading nation could create an EMP and could knock America's power grid, potentially be down for up to 18 months. This is one of the reasons why I have, and here's the product. It is awesome. This amazing solar bank, very heavy, powerful battery backup. It's solar and it's solar charged. That's what I love about it. You don't need any batteries, just the storage unit inside. Okay. Amazing how much power this thing will store. You can lay your phone right on it and charge it. You can plug your computer into it. You can use this to all kinds of ways for backup power. If a power grid near me ever fails, I would still be able to have portable power no matter what happens. Because of this powerful solar bank, I will never have to worry about batteries or wires. All I need is the sun. And in celebration of Black Friday, what they're doing, you can order today, okay, and save even 30% off of the backup solar bank. Get the backup solar bank right now. Go to www.backupsolarbank.com. That's www.backupsolarbank.com. You'll be glad you did, guys. I promise you that. All right, let me tell you what's going on. This is a very weird realization that 625 kilometers per second that the solar winds are blowing off the sun at an enormous, I mean, guys, I don't see it up over 600 very often, okay? Not very often. And this is crazy. So expect something to happen on the earth. Just expect it. I'm wondering if Dutch Sense is already out ahead of this. He probably is. If not, you'll soon be hearing him talk about it. he's watching, I'm guarantee you, all over the globe and expecting some type of major earthquake to take place somewhere in the planet. Let's pray it don't. But Jesus said in the last days that there would be earthquakes in diverse places. He said it in Matthew 24, Mark 13, Luke 21. The Bible tells us about it in the book of Zechariah, of a great earthquake that's even going to split the Mount of Olives in half and send the water flowing from the Mediterranean Sea all the way to the Dead Sea. Incredible things that are going to happen. And also, guys, you have Mike around the world been talking about the West Coast. He keeps talking about San Diego, of a major crack, a major earthquake that literally tips San Diego 45 degrees into the ocean. We've had people talk about parts of the West Coast breaking off in the ocean. I can't change any of this. Let me tell you what the scientists are saying. West Coast overdue for a mega quake. It was rush hour back in Tuesday when Dorothy Otto was sitting in traffic in her Pontiac Bonneville on the lower level of the Cypress Freeway there in Oakland, California, when a voice on the radio said, "We're having an earthquake." Suddenly, she said, concrete around her began to ripple. There was a giant crash and a large heavy beam dropped on the front of her car, crushing her engine and barely missing her face. The car dropped 20 feet, and when it settled, Otto's left foot was trapped. The double-decker freeway had collapsed, spinning and pinning motorists in their cars. Otto found a pen and decided to write a note to her husband just in case she died. She wrote, "Jack, earthquake hit while I was under concrete. The worst has happened," she wrote. "It collapsed on my car. I'm alive. Just my left foot is stuck under the car. Hope they don't kill me getting me out. Love you a lot, and good luck to us both." The firefighters, Lorenzo Ferdani, was running out of time as he struggled to try to free Otto's foot and get her to safety. Each aftershock lowered the upper deck, bringing it closer to crushing Otto and the rescue worker, Ferdani. Then Ferdani was able to nudge the crushed dashboard just enough. Otto was free. Her section of the Cypress collapsed 20 minutes later. That was October 17th, folks, 1989. The magnitude 6.9 earthquake. Wasn't even a 7. Okay, this is why I say that. People will say, don't tell me about megaquakes. If it's not a 9, Begley, I don't want to hear about it. That's insanity. We've had 5.3s that have killed 500 people in Turkey and in different places of the world. It depends how shallow it is and where it's at and how dangerous the structures are and just where it hits. It's anytime you have an earthquake, anything could happen. This 6.9 earthquake, now called the Loma Prieta, killed 63 people that day, 42 of them on the Cypress Freeway. The quake caused $10 billion in damage back in 1989, ultimately inspiring California and the rest of the region to re-examine their safety measures for earthquakes. Nearby Oregon, though, folks, sits on a huge fault line that separates two of the Earth's tectonic plates. One plate lies beneath the Pacific Ocean. We know what that one is, guys. We've been talking about it a lot. And that's the Cascadia Subduction Zone. It's just off the Oregon coast. It's being shoved beneath the North American continent, according to Ian Malden, a geologist and chief scientist at Oregon Department of Geology and Mineral Industries. The fault line, known as the Cascadia Subduction Zone, could one day cause an even larger earthquake as these two plates collide. The fault line gets stuck, eventually slipping when enough stress builds up to produce the great earthquake. With ultra-accurate GPS systems, Malden says scientists know that the collision is still going on because they can measure the movement. Oregon actually moves about 1.5 inches every year, typical for a region near a subduction zone. These megaquakes can cause strong shaking and quaking over large areas for several minutes. They can also lead to landslides, tsunamis, widespread liquefaction, turning soil to soup. And after the deadly 9.0 earthquake struck Japan in March of 2011 on 3/11/11, Oregon legislators commissioned a study on the impact of comparable quake could have on the state. Malden was one of the authors of the Oregon Resilience Plan, which is aimed at reducing risk and improving recovery for the next Cascadia earthquake and tsunami. Oregon is not prepared for a megaquake. I repeat, scientists are saying this. Oregon is not prepared for a megaquake. Matter of fact, few areas are, Malden says. He says Japan is the most prepared, and look at the results of their megaquake. The 9.0 earthquake that hit on 3/11/11 and tsunami resulted in more than 15,000 people dead. It was actually 26,000 people died. Before 1974, there were no specific building requirements in Oregon to make sure structures were built to withstand major earthquakes. And design codes have only been adequate for the megaquake since 1993. So many structures are not designed to resist such a large earthquake, according to scientists. On top of that, we have a lot of mountains and terrain that's highly susceptible for landslides, large areas that are susceptible to liquefaction. Thank you. And 300 miles of coastline that will be inundated by massive tsunamis that will arrive within 15 to 20 minutes of an earthquake and may locally reach elevations of 100 feet above sea level. It is these factors that led the Oregon Resilience Plan to conclude that in the worst case scenario, 10,000 people would be killed. And the large areas of Oregon could be without transportation, electricity, water, sewer for several months to several years. The damage could result in $30 billion in economic losses. Malden says $30 billion is almost certainly an underestimate, and death estimates could also be off the charts. Based on the study of geographic features that record prehistoric earthquakes, scientists generally agree that there have been 42 megaquakes along the Cascadia fault line since the Earth was formed, or at least within the last 10,000 years. The last of the 42 megaquakes was January of 1700. We know that one. And that one sent massive tsunamis all the way to Japan. Guys, so there hasn't been a megaquake in the Cascadia subduction zone for 320 years. It is so overdue. Matter of fact, using historic data, scientists like Dr. Chris Goldfinger, a marine geologist and professor of Oregon State University, can forecast the probability of another great mega quake. The Cascadia subduction zone is actually made up of different clusters, according to Goldfinger. On the south end of the fault, the data shows that the earthquake with a magnitude between the high 7s and the low 8s occurs about every 250 years. We're at 320 years since the last one. In other words, we're 80 years overdue. What? Is that right? Or 70? 70 years. Okay. On the other hand, the north end with the great population centers, it sees big events every 500 years. So that one might be okay for a while, maybe. But before Oregon's panic, consider Goldfinger's assessment of the statistics. For the south end of the Cascadia, there's roughly 35 to 40% probability of having a major megaquake sometime within the next 50 years for sure. On the north end, there's about a 10 to 15% probability in the next 50 years. But even if there is still plenty of time before the next big quake, much work has to be done. Well, we don't know if there's plenty of time. We're 70 years overdue for another seismic event of biblical proportion, a megaquake. 70 years overdue. And the most important thing is to strengthen or replace the infrastructure to make sure that our lifeline systems, like power grids and water supplies, will not be severely damaged, that they require years to repair it. We also need to strengthen and replace critical facilities like hospitals, fire and police facilities, schools, and also road transportation or rail to get food into these large populated areas. Oregon has already turned the corner, but it has a long way to go. Now, in Southern California, as you've heard Mike from the World talk about, it is highly susceptible. Matter of fact, they are anticipating a megaquake there that would tip San Diego 45 degrees and dump it into the Pacific Ocean. Then there's Yellowstone, super volcano. Apparently, they think we got more time with that one. Cascadia subduction zone is by far the #1 dangerous area in the United States, anticipating an earthquake, or Southern California, one or the other. And so, but when you talk about the subduction zone, you talk about Southern Canada, all of Washington State, all of Oregon, and all of Northern California, all the way down to Eureka, California. That's what's called the Cascadia subduction zone. Anywhere in there, a quake could hit, and a big one is so overdue, it's insane. And of course, while we're looking at all of those areas, don't forget Italy. Do not forget Italy. And look at the volcanic eruptions been going on there with Stromboli and the other I'm sorry. The volcanism that's going on is just off the charts. So guys, there's a lot happening. The earth is shaking and quaking. Everybody's anticipation. The earth's starting to shake. The heavens are quaking. Oh, and by the way, Heidi made me some gluten-free waffles with pure sugar right from the trees in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, and some bacon. It was amazing. Anyway, there's so much going on right now, guys. I'm trying to stay focused here, but I can't help it. There's just so much going on. We're going to be talking about this tonight, as well as a lot of stuff on Sunday Night Live. It'll be starting at 7 p.m. Eastern at right here on this YouTube channel, plus all the other channels that will be live tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. That's 7 p.m. Eastern. What? I'm just saying. Sorry. I'm sorry. But anyway, hey, I've lost another pound. Are you guys, are you serious? I'm at 14 pounds now. There's hope beyond the scope of the scale. Okay, I'm working on it. You realize I'm just a good old boy. I ain't meaning no harm. I like to eat all the food that my mama was growing on our family farm. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to stay. I'm just trying to stay focused here, guys. Work with me. Everybody get a cup of coffee. Everybody settle down. Everybody calm down. It's going to be all right if it don't get no worse. Okay. Oh, I love all you guys. Seriously. Oh, God bless all you guys. I'll be back, guys. We got some more stuff going on. I just want to get this to you, though, because this is really, really critical. Some of the things it's taking. Yeah, laughter is a good. The Bible does say a merry heart maketh like a medicine. Okay. And the joy of the Lord is our strength. Okay. So sometimes a little bit of laughter will help us. Good for you, Heartbeat 1555. Trying to lose 100 pounds yourself. That's wonderful. God bless you. I'm praying for you, lifting you up in prayer. And you pray for me. Okay. All right. What did you miss? Larry P just showed and said, what did I miss? Are you serious, Larry? This is probably one of the best videos I've done in a while. We're just a good old boy. Yeah. I ain't meaning no harm. I'm trying my best not to eat everything that my mama was growing on the family farm. Yes. Losing the weight the only way I know how. Yeah. That's just a little more tougher than the Lord will allow. Seriously, guys, I got to get out of here. You guys are having too much fun. It's not right. Are you so seriously serious? I am absolutely serious. Oh, somebody figured it out. A little Dukes of Hazzard there. Are you guys serious? What's going on? I'll be back with more. I drink a lot of water too, and I drink Fiji water because I just like it, but I also drink other water. But Fiji's really good. I don't know what it is. I just like it. I think I like the taste, the artesian well or whatever it is. But drink a lot of water anytime, guys. You're trying to cut back and you're trying to lose weight to help you keep you from being hungry. I'll be honest with you. Since I've cut gluten out of my life for the last 6 weeks, no more gluten and no wheat, no barley and no rye and no eggs because I'm allergic to them. I have amazingly have very little hunger. So all them carbs are gone, no sweets. You can still eat potatoes as long as you're eating baked potatoes or mashed potatoes or something like that. But it's when you cut out all the chips and all that other stuff, just forget about it. And all the breads, forget about it. There's gluten-free bread. I'm eating that. I had a gluten-free waffle this morning. It's really amazing, and I think it's going to help me overall. Okay, guys. Well, all right. That's it. No more singing. I'll see you guys a little bit. Okay, I'll be back with more.